20% of my trades are short, 80%
Okay.
is long, right?
Okay.
And back to this, 80% of my trades are swing, 20% of my trades will tend to be more short term, and the 20% is entirely in options. So when I say swing, for me, usually it's about a week to about 2 to 3 weeks sometimes. And I like three patterns that I love that I just find repeatability in again and again and again. Post earnings, huge gap up, green, beautiful, lovely candle, consolidates, creates a bear flag, creates a bull flag, creates a bull pennant, and I know it's going to go up. So that's a comfortable play for me that consistently comes up. Then the second play I like is a company, for example, that I've known for a long time that I believe the market hasn't understood why and how the company is doing badly because of a whole bunch of reasons. For example, I bought Sentinel One after the previous earnings at 1302, 1268, 1292, a bunch of different prices then. S is the ticker symbol, Sentinel One, sold the
Oh, I think we're
I
having
think we
some pretty
lost him,
bad
yeah.
connection issues.
for an entry. I'm not convinced that a good entry yet. It's still moving back and forth, but Zoom Info would be one that I would look at. And then another one I'm looking for an entry that I like as a company is Chewy, but I wrote it down. I wrote it down very nicely, but I'm still waiting. I'm going to have to be patient with them. And so I did a short on Chewy, but on Chewy, I think this might be it. So that's the second play, which is you know the company fairly well. You're still not sure why the market doesn't get it, but it takes its own time, right? You don't want to get into the situation with, for example, Zoom Info. You could have bought it at the pre that's just recent earnings. It went down from about the 20s down to 17 or the 18s, and it's still going lower and lower and lower. There's no, you don't want to catch a falling knife. You want to wait for the reversal. You want to confirm the uptrend and breaks through at least two what I would call previous resistance positions. So that's my second play that I really love. Two resistance positions, yes, I'm in. I know that it's going to go for I want a failed breakout, come back in again, and then bridge through two failed positions, and then I move back in again. Those are the plays I like. In terms of options, I just look for simple consolidation by volume, consistent, and I played for less than 3 months. So my lookout would be for a week. I've never played a zero DTE option yet. I'm not. I don't enjoy those.
I just read they're 50% of the S&P's option volume now, reported by JP Morgan.
That's surprising, isn't it?
It's crazy.
It's absolutely egregious. Like, you're flipping a coin. Am I going to make money or lose money today?
And the Wall Street Journal did an article. Apparently, there's millions of these people that just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they're just rolling the dice. But I guess somebody's got to do it to
Well,
create
And it doesn't get picked up on the VIX, so it's keeping our volatility index suppressed.
My suspicion is a lot of that is very small transactions, maybe 10 contracts and lower. So I don't think they move the needle significantly enough. So the percentage of transactions may be high, but the volume in terms of the dollar impact may not be that high.
That sounds reasonable.
Is the historical data for that still relatively high? Because I remember it used to be like in 2020, it was, insane amounts of option trading, and I feel like that's come down a little bit. But is that still relatively high? I haven't looked at the data. Are you aware of that, Monty, by chance?
I haven't seen any reports on it in the last couple months, but I know it's come down, but it's not completely dissipated. It's still pretty up there.
Okay. Well,
look at it relative to before 2020, right? It's up 3x since 2019.
Yeah.
So if it is down from 4x 2020 to 3x, it's still up 3 times.
I wonder if the bubble isn't truly popped until we see that normalize again.
I think once 0-day options are out of the picture, that's when the bubbles pops.
Yeah, when a lot of those speculators are finally burned out. I think we've burned them out of crypto. Do you ever look at crypto, Makand, or
Yeah,
that
since 2015, bought a
so
bunch of
early?
Bitcoin, bought a bunch of Ethereum, left it alone. Haven't touched it. Air gapped, kept left it alone. Rode the
Yeah.
high, rode the low, and then I do a lot of trading on crypto when I find good entries. For example, beginning of the year, somewhere around the 21K, sold it at 26. It was at 18. I should have bought it at 18, but 21 was a decent enough price. Sold a bunch of Bitcoin. I only stick to 2 or 3. I only stick to Bitcoin, Ethereum. Once in a while, I might go into Solana, but that's it. I
Yeah.
don't do altcoins. I don't do ICOs. I don't do any of the other stuff.
It's too much. At least personally, I find it is. There's too much time that you have to invest to learn about all these new coins. I remember, and I was late. I was so late. Everyone I talked to, they were so early. I'm like, wow, I was definitely part of the crowd for the crypto train. But I find that it takes so much time. The people constantly ask me, I'm like, I can't possibly study these 200 different altcoins when 99.9% of them are just, they're garbage. I mean, there's no point in even learning about it. You want me to dig through this? I just can't even put the time and effort to try and pick out winners out of that. It's just such a, I need ChatGPT to do it for me at this point. At least set some parameters for to help me out. Shift through that noise is I mean, even now is still so strong, is my
I
feeling.
think the best strategy, Josh, you create a really cool logo, write a BS business plan, ICO, and move out to the Caymans.
Yeah. I mean,
By the way, Monty, you're not too far away from the truth. That's exactly what happened in 2018, I think 2018 to 2020. People would print out ICO prospectus, very similar to IPO prospectus, say a bunch of words. I don't know if you remember Nikola, which is the company.
Oh yeah.
ALA is a ticker symbol. The guy said, like, we are using HTML5 something on the truck, or that's why we are unique. That's a bunch of BS. You could smell that from a mile and say, I'm shorting it, right? Similar to that on the ICO world, ton of nonsense. You just want to, it's an easy avoid. A lot of them are an easy avoid. But Josh, you mentioned 99% of them are garbage. Unsurprisingly, of the 8,000 stocks that are listed on NASDAQ NYSE, I would also posture that 95% of them are garbage.
yeah. I
Garbage
mean, you're not wrong.
is garbage stock, right? You shouldn't be touching them. They're just there purely for speculation. And once in a while, you might get a company that is like a Celsius that is really come down from where it was and consistent, steady growth. But 95% of it is just garbage.